All right, so I wanted to talk about how we do section and elevation callouts and how those can coordinate back to drawings and how we create them, those sorts of things. So, I'll start with just I am in the model space on this project. I'm just going to create a saved view of this, of where I'm at, and I'll just call this layout. I'm gonna go over here. I have our callouts and our markers open. So we'll use this section begin that basically only has a call or only has an indicator at the beginning of the line. I'll just copy that so I can use that style. And I'll place it here. Okay. Now I've got that where I need it, and let's say that we want a section through the center. I'm not going to go all the way through, or actually I'll just go all the way through it, and then we'll change this callout type too. We'll change this callout type to this one that's the full width. So I like to just go through and place all of the indicators that I need first. I actually prefer not to use the view create section viewport and just draw a line. I actually prefer to go through and graphically create everything first. I think it just creates a better result and it's a little more thoughtful. So I'm going to replace this style with the MMD section style so that now we have both sides indicated. And then we can go and you know, maybe we want to put one here through the front door, so we kind of have all of that. That one I would definitely do as a beginning style, so begin only. And then what you have to do is you can just go in and delete the end marker. Oh, I guess it helps if I do it the right way. There. No, that's right. And so I would just go through and place these, at various places around the site, just so we have a good understanding of, what's happening across the different parts of the site.
Okay. Dale con esa primero. A ver qué pasa.
And then like these, I think it's better if we just do I think it gives us better information if we're just saying, what happens from this point to this point. So, and then on the other side, we can do a different section that says what's happening from this point to that point. So this one, I would also do, I would probably do all of these along this side yard as just the beginning style. So it only has one marker on it. gonna fix this. The end marker layout. We want them all to be the same. Okay. There. Now it's right. Okay. And so, maybe these only just go like a few feet past the edge of the pole. Maybe this goes, maybe we just want to understand what the grade is doing along that edge. This one, we just want to see what's happening with the grade from the property line to the house. Same thing here. And that's really what sections are for, is to really understand what's happening from the far edge of the property boundary to the structure that's there, so that we can make sure our grades and our landscape structures and our landscape features all are doing what they should do. So these are placed. I could continue going around. I'm not going to right now. So let's just go ahead and create this section here, and then we'll get it on a sheet so that we can see it, and then we'll also connect the drawing marker back to a sheet. So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and create this section viewport. So let's just go ahead and make it. We'll call this the east property line section A. Okay, and then I would copy that down to here. Okay, sorry for that brief pause. I would copy that down to the drawing title, so that way we know what the drawing title is if we're trying to connect drawings together. And then I would prefer sections to be like a 1/4 inch scale or so. I think it shows up better. We're just going to put this, for the time being, we don't have a lot of sheets here, so I'm just going to put this in this sheet 1. I don't know what it is, but we'll just put it there and hit OK. And that's going to make this drawing. It may take a minute. Okay, so we have lots of things here. I'm going to move this out of the way. Yes. So this is our section. Sometimes it is helpful to have a background showing, and sometimes it's not. So what I would do is I would go in here. Let's go to the extents beyond cut plane, and we're going to put that to like 30 feet. I think that's enough. Attributes. So we're going to do a separate cross section, use attributes of original class, and merge all the same fills. The line style, what we're going to do is we're going to use one called one that I need to create. So let me come back to that. So I'm going to go to my classes, and I'm just going to make a new class, and I'm going to call it section style. or maybe we'll just call it section hidden style. Okay. And so let's go edit that. We'll edit this. We're going to do this as a pattern line type. We'll do like this. We'll make this black. We'll do this, set the thickness as a 0.3. Actually, I'm going to make this a little darker. There, like that. You can leave that as solid. Okay. Now we'll go back to this advanced properties, and we're going to pick that new class as our line style. This will keep the same fills, and it'll change the line type and make it softer. Okay. So let's also, I think I'm going to need to turn on some more of the architectural classes. No, looks like I have everything on. We're good. And let's update that to check and make sure we have what we need. And it will be done here in just a second. Just bear with me. Okay, so now that's up to date, but oh, it looks like I did not go far enough back with my section, so I'm gonna add like 10 more feet to it. And I could have also done this by going back to the section line that I made in the design layer, but I didn't. So, but you can see what it does. It really changing the line type just kind of changes the style. And then I'm not going to get into how we are going to style these. I'll do that in a different video. This is really just about how we create and then how we place markers. Okay, so now we want to make sure that our section line instances are showing up where we need them to. So we already know it's showing up in the design layer here, but with the new section lines, even though you have it placed in a design layer, it doesn't mean that it's actually going to show up on the sheet because they're smart markers. So meaning they kind of operate like grid lines that they can be placed both in the model and on sheet layers, and you actually have to place them in the viewport. So I'm just going to place this on the site plan. So we have to have it on the design layer. I like to have it there. That way, when we do dimensions and things, we can see them and kind of work around them. But then they can also go inside of the viewport. So this is how we get it in a viewport. So we're going to put it in the site plan viewport. And I'm not saying we'd always put it in the site plan viewport, but for this example, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to go to the site plan. Okay. And here's our site plan. No, you won't see anything because I haven't set it up yet. So one, I want to make sure that our annotation layer and our classes are on the way they need to be. So we have annotations on, so we know things are working there. So we also need to do classes. So these are going to be on the class. So if we go to marker, there's all of our markers. So we're just going to turn them all on. This is just taking a second here. Okay. Now, this is really interesting because what you will see is you will see markers that have this little red marker next to them. These are the ones that we've placed that we have not connected to a viewport yet. Those will actually show up in our design or in our sheet layer viewports without us having to place them on the sheet. However, once you actually connect it, like this one, you have to go and tell it what viewport you want it to show up on. But because again, just because it's in a design layer doesn't mean that it will actually show up. And I think it would be good to see that. So let me go back to our section drawing, and I'm just going to turn off the site plan. Okay, so I turned it off. Now I'm going to go back to the site plan, and now you can see that I still have these other sections that I haven't made yet that haven't been connected to a viewport, but the one that is connected is no longer there because I've turned it off of the site plan. So you have to make sure that they're turned on in both the design layer and in the viewport. So, okay. And so you would just go through that same process for every section drawing, making sure that the markers are in the right place, that they're connected to the drawings, and also that they're smart markers. We don't want to just draw lines and then have them connected, and then those lines aren't really part of the viewport. These are actually, telling us how wide our section is, how deep our section is. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.